This is Mitch from Electric Bike City, back with another electric bike video. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 tips to consider when purchasing an e-bike. The first one to consider is the type of e-bike you want to buy. So at Electric Bike City we have 3 main types of bikes. We have the beach cruiser bikes, which have thicker tires, almost like these, just much bigger. They're more used for riding on sand, and they're also more comfortable. They have a more relaxed geometry on the frame, and they're just easier to ride for anybody who doesn't want, top performance or off-roading capability. And then we also have these kinds of bikes, which are city bikes. They're great for zipping around town, going on the streets. They have some thinner tires, which will have lower rolling resistance, which will be faster. And then they're also, they can come with features such as pannier racks like this, so you can carry cargo, which is great if you're going to work or school, you need a backpack, or you need to carry something, so it's great. And then we also have off-roading bikes, which will have thick, knobby, almost like dirt bike style tires. Those will be used if you want to ride on the dirt, if you want to ride on trails, if you ride in off-road, basically. And those will typically have a more aggressive geometry. They'll have suspension in the front and back sometimes, and they'll be just better for riding on dirt and not the road. Our second tip when purchasing an e-bike is to research the store and the brand of the company you're buying the e-bike from. So you could also research the specific model and see reviews and check up to see how good they are. It's also a good idea to call the store if you want to scout them out a little bit, see their return policy, their money back policy, restocking fees, stuff like that in case you're not happy. Here at Electric Bike City we offer minimum restocking fees, we have excellent warranties on all of our bikes, and we also are proud of our 100% customer satisfaction goal. We always go the extra mile to ensure that our customers are happy and are proactive about processing returns when they are not. Another great tip when purchasing e-bikes is to check out videos of the bikes. Here at Electric Bike City we have plenty of videos on our YouTube channel that you can check out. There are also many other good YouTube channels such as Electric Bike Reviews and other similar channels, so if you want to check out those as well, they're always great. But that'll give you a nice little insight and an actual close-up view of all the bike's features and maybe its flaws, so you'll be able to pick a little better. The fourth thing to consider when buying an e-bike is the battery, actually. There can be many different types of batteries and sizes of batteries that come on the e-bikes. This specific bike from A2B has a 13 amp hour 36 volt battery, which is a pretty great capacity and voltage. But they can come from 24 volts all the way up to 48 volts. Anything in a lower voltage actually won't accelerate as fast as a higher voltage bike. Another thing to consider is actually the type of battery that there is. Not only can there be batteries on the different positions in the bike, but there can also be different types of batteries such as lithium batteries or like nickel batteries. Usually with e-bikes you will want to have a lithium ion battery, which this bike has. And you really don't want to go outside of lithium unless you're looking into bigger scooters or like tandem or trike e-bikes. They're not really worth it, otherwise you really want lithium. The last spec on batteries are the amp hours. Like I said, this one has 13 amp hours, which is pretty good. They can be anywhere from 10 to maybe 15, depending on the size of the battery. But you will get around 10 to 15 miles of range for every 3 amp hours of capacity. So if you do the math, that's about 60 miles on this bike on a charge. That's just an estimate. But you really want to look into that just to see how many miles you'll get depending on how far you need to go every day. And also the voltage. If you want a faster bike, you'll want to get a bike that runs a higher voltage system and battery. The final tip I have is to buy within the United States. We've heard so many horror stories of people buying from China and overseas and getting a low quality or poorly designed e-bike and not being able to ship it back because the price to ship it back would be higher than to just keep it and take the loss. So we seriously recommend buying within the United States. Not only do you get better support, but if anything goes wrong, you can actually get more parts, you can get a replacement bike, or you can even get a refund without having to sail it back on a boat. So we recommend buying on a trusted site. Again, Electric Bike City is based in the US, so I always recommend them. This has been the top 5 tips for buying an e-bike. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you like the bike that we use in this video, you can check it out on our website, electricbikecity.com. It is the A2B Speed. I will leave a link in the description. And yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.